In the 1970s, in the immediate aftermath of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, today the Department of Health and Human Services, formed a special commission to focus on bioethics policy. Between 1974 and 1978, this commission issued numerous reports and recommendations, including a summary of principles and guidelines to govern human subject research and the work of institutional review boards throughout the United States. That summary, published in 1979 and to this day a cornerstone document in human subject research ethics, was the Belmont Report. The report begins by defining research and distinguishing it from clinical practice. The purpose of medical or behavioral practice, says the report, is to provide diagnosis, preventive treatment, or therapy to particular individuals. By contrast, the term research designates an activity designed to test a hypothesis, permit conclusions to be drawn, and thereby to develop or contribute to generalizable knowledge. Next, the Belmont Report identifies three basic ethical principles that should guide researchers and IRBs in making the best ethical judgments in human subject research. Those three principles are respect for persons, beneficence, and justice. Respect for persons involves not only recognition of individuals' autonomy, but also protection of those individuals whose autonomy is limited, such as children or the cognitively impaired. Sometimes, ethical conduct involves balancing the recognition of an individual's autonomy and the protection of someone with limited autonomy. The Belmont Report presents the example of prisoners. As autonomous persons, prisoners may be entitled to participate in certain studies. As inmates, however, they may also face unusual kinds and degrees of influence. Researchers and IRBs must work diligently to ensure that the principle of respect for persons applies in just these sorts of special circumstances. The Belmont Report's second basic ethical principle is that of beneficence. In the report's use of the term